Hey guys, I am here to do my weekly update a little bit later in the day than usual, but at least I'm doing it at all, right? Okay, great. So I have finished Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. I thought this was very, very good. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. I believe it's more of like a 3.5. Um, to me, of course, the roughest part was towards the end when he's talking about his situation with his father. But yeah, this is a really good. It's kind of like a memoir, but like with facts in it. So kind of like The Smoke Gets in Her Eyes by Caitlin Doty, and I can't really think of, I guess, Eating Animals a little bit kind of too. So there's a lot of like really really good stuff in this book, and with a lot of personal anecdotes. So I do think this is quite good if you're interested in the dying process, I guess, but not necessarily like our bodies dying per se, but like with regards to old age and you know how that goes. So very good. And I also finished The Best American Short Stories, edited by Gino Diaz, and I just this was amazing. I gave it 4 stars, but it's like 4.5. The only reason I didn't give it 5 is because there was a couple that I wasn't like 100% sold on. But in general, I think this collection was amazing. I need to go back and change my Goodreads description so that I like mention which stories are my favorite. Oh, you can see the glare of my computer screen. Which stories are my favorite stories. It's just so good, and it's so diverse. It's fantastic. I do not know. I'm going to assume this has something to do with the fact that Gino Diaz, who is a Dominican American author, is the one who edited it. I am interested in picking up other issues that are edited by different people. I do want to read all of them, so but I am going to keep an eye on that to see if things are not as diverse when white people are the ones who are editing it out of curiosity. But again, the one that I mentioned last time, the Letician Age, that one was so good. So many of them were really good. But I think last week I highlighted definitely my favorites because I was mostly completed with the story collection. So, I am still reading The Savage Detectives by Roberto Bolaño. I am really hoping I'm going to DC this weekend. My old roommate Heather is getting married, which is so excited. When I started this booktube channel, I was living with her. So I am hoping to finish this before I go. The flight is Thursday. It's Monday. We'll see. So I've got a couple of days. I've got about 250 pages left. So, if I go to like a coffee shop, it does read pretty quickly, but we'll see. And then I did start, I think I mentioned last week that my new like fiction book is Women by Charles Bukowski. This is like so graphic. I don't recall his other books being so sexually graphic. I excuse me. I guess this is called Women, so I should have assumed. But yeah, so if you're not really into, I mean, it doesn't bother me or anything, but if you're not into reading about very explicit sexual things and descriptions of genitalia, I would not recommend this book to you. We're following Chinaski, is that his name? Chinaski, yes, as he womanizes and drinks lots and lots of alcohol and is violently ill most of the time because he's drinking so much. There's like one main girl kind of, or one main woman, I guess I should say, that he's involved with. So far, I'm about a third of the way. I'm 100 pages in. I'm a third of the way through the book. And so she is like a complete lunatic, which is perfect because he's also a complete lunatic. So yes, it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to finishing it. And then the nonfiction book that I started after I finished Being Mortal is In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This is so good. I don't know why I haven't picked it up until now. I am also not quite a third of the way. I'm maybe like a quarter of the way through this one. And it reads so well. His writing is so good. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding this book and like it maybe not being as factual as he led everyone to believe it is, but not that I don't care because I care about the facts, but it is so good that, merp, oh well. So I'm very excited. I just finished the first section, which is The Last to See Them Alive, which kind of shows the killers and like their route that I'm assuming that they're the killers. It wasn't explicitly stated, but it was very heavily implied that they are the killers. And then the family on the last kind of day that they're alive and like the finding of them. And now I'm reading the portion, it's called Persons Unknown, which is the second section. So I'm very excited. And then the short story collection that I picked up is Dubliners by James Joyce. I'm reading very white men right now besides the Savage Detective, so hopefully I pick up something more diverse next week. I'm not like super drawn to this. It's fine. I've read 3 short stories. It's not like a plus for me though, so probably like a 2.5, but I am going to finish it because I'm very stubborn. And yeah, so I'm really hoping to finish all 4 of these books before I go on my vacation. I have my books picked out right there, the books that I would like to take with me on my trip. It is just 4 days, and 2 of those days are going to be on planes for most of the day. So that means that I've got 2 full plane days of reading, hopefully, as long as I don't fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I don't know who I'm kidding. Okay, so let's talk about some books that I took from my father's house. Oh gosh, this is a big one. I feel like we'll go, I guess, that far. All right, so this first one is The Spy Who Came In From the Cold by John le Carré. I believe I already own a copy of this, but I do not really like the copy that I have, so I might as well take my dad's copy. And then Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. Another Peter Mayle book. I guess my father really, really liked him. I'm not surprised. This one's called French Lessons, Adventures with Knife, Fork, and Corkscrew. Sad little, that's a very interesting cover. And then The Complete Adventures and Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Oh, with illustrations too. That's nice. So I don't know. I think this is just the adventures, so which is the 3rd book in the Sherlock Holmes series. This looks like, yeah, it's just the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. My dad loved Sherlock Holmes. I might have mentioned this in a previous video because there's lots of Sherlock Holmes related books, I think, in this pile. And then A Brief History of Time, From the Big Bang to Black Holes by Stephen Hawking. And then this last one is QPB Book of Irish Literature. So I don't know what QPB is, but I'm gonna assume it's some kind of thing that compiles Irish literature. Okay, good talk. Yeah, so that is what I have finished, what I am reading, and some books from my dad's house. Let me know what you're reading, if you're reading anything good for Hispanic Heritage Month, like I'm not doing right now. Hope you all have a great week. Bye-bye.